Stephen, back going into domestic football after the international break. A lot of things to talk about and discuss, but first of all, how's the mood been in the camp and how are you feeling going into the game this weekend?
Yeah, the boys have been really positive. We've had a lot of good sessions. Obviously, we're very down in numbers because of the international boys that are away. We felt we defended very well against Livingston, but we lacked the composure on the ball and the creativity, which comes with a little bit of nervousness as well. So, been working on that. We've had a good week's training. Boys have shown terrific attitudes, as they always do. Work their socks off, and looking forward very much for the game on Saturday.
And of course, with another international break, there's that group that are going away and representing their countries. And what sort of challenges does that pose for you, Stephen, with them coming back into things?
It's a real difficult one. You never ever want to stop anybody representing their country. I've been on the other side of it, and worked at international level, and you're desperate for boys to turn up, and we encourage that. We feel, Chris Cadden, Alan Campbell going away with Scotland, their development, Liam Donnelly away, it's a great development for them, but it does make it difficult. You're very down on numbers, and then when they come back, they're only back on a Thursday, and some aren't even back on a Friday. So we've assessed the boys that are back. For example, Gail Big-Romana's had to fly, he's gone from Mali to Ethiopia to Germany to Birmingham, and a 6-hour drive up the road. So, we have to assess Biggie. He won't be in until tomorrow morning. And it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one for managers to assess, and a tough choice for players at times as well, because it does affect them when they come back.
Yeah, and you quite rightly mentioned it's something that the club obviously encourage, and I guess it's just part and parcel of the players putting in the performances at club level to be representing at that level too.
Yeah, certainly. We're delighted with the boys. We've got 2 young Scottish internationals. We've got 2 Northern Ireland internationals. We've got Biggie away with Burundi as well. Have I missed anybody? It's a long time since we had 5 boys playing international football, so we're delighted for them. Obviously the home nations, it's a little bit easier to get back from. Some of the further afield ones, as I've spoke about, Biggie is a real problem. It's really difficult for the boy, to come back and be in the top of his form and not tired. So we'll assess that there. We've had a lot of work done today. We'll have another look again at the boys tomorrow.
Of course, all the boys had something to talk about over the weekend, but Liam Donnelly in particular as well, rounding off what's been a great youth spell for him with Northern Ireland.
Yeah, Liam's actually arrived back with an injury that we have to assess tomorrow before he trains. But delighted for Ian Barraclough as well. Northern Ireland under-21s to win 7 games in a campaign is absolutely unheard of. I should know because I manage them. But delighted for him, and it just shows that the country's gone in the right direction, and even the youth teams are winning football matches now. So a tremendous achievement.
All leads nice into our youth team under Stephen Craig and having another great couple of results over the past few days, particularly that Ironbrew Cup one.
Yeah, it was a terrific performance from, Sligo and No Mugs. They're a good team, play at a decent level. And we've got boys, our identity is we bring boys in from England, but we also develop our young boys, and there's a lot of boys knocking on the door. Alan and Chris have established themselves. We've got Christian and Bula now, who's doing very, very well on Stevie's team. We've got David Turnbull, Jake Hasty, Barry Maguire, Adam Livingston. So we've got boys pushing, and some will play sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and what's the message been to those boys following that result, Stephen? Of course, I know a few will be training this week and bigging things up, but they're certainly pushing in the right direction, like you say.
Yeah, the boys I've mentioned train with me on a regular basis. They train every day with me. I can see a real improvement with them. With the training with the reserves, they never have to push themselves too much because they're playing against a variety of age groups. They come up to us, and the intensity of the training really makes them a better player. So we want them around us, and they I've already dipped people in and out of games, and there's a few of them really, really pushing to start. So it's a credit to the boys at the club, the coaching staff we have at the football club. We know we can't buy finished articles, and the people I've brought into this football club, 2 international captains, Stephen Craig and Steve McManus. Craig Hinchcliffe, one of the most qualified goalkeeping coaches in the country, and obviously Keith Lasley, my assistant manager, who's been excellent for me, been a big part in developing young players at the club. Firstly with Stevie and now with myself as well. We've got a fantastic staff who are very, very supportive, and you really see that when times aren't as good as we want them to be. But collectively, I think you can see everybody's in this together.
And of course, all the hard work going on behind the scenes, pushing towards the game this weekend. After that international break, how's the staff off the pitch feeling and pushing in that direction?
Well, bar our 5-a-side that we just played, everyone was feeling great. And there's a great spirit around the place. We've got everybody that works so hard to make the football club successful, and you see that when things aren't going quite as well as we wanted. You see the togetherness of the club, the boys, the staff, And you know, we're looking forward to Saturday's game and getting a result.
And what do you expect from St Johnstone? Of course, we go into that having stopped that losing run with a big draw against Livingston, now going into this one with a bit of momentum behind us too.
Well, we want to carry that on. You know, there's no point getting a point. We want to take all 3 points. Yeah. St Johnstone have had a hard run of games, you know, so don't be fooled. They started the season very well. You know, they've got a lot of pace within the side now. Tommy's done an excellent job there. You know, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves for what he's done at St Johnstone. You know, one of the smaller clubs with a smaller budget, so it has to be credited, and we have to be aware of them. But as I say to our boys every time, it's very, very much about us. If we defend like we done against Livingston, but we have to be braver. We have to show a lot more composure than we done, and I'm confident we'll do that.
Well, Stephen, all the best for Saturday, and thanks again as always.
Okay, cheers, Lewis.